Welcome back to the battlefield. I'm going to jump into a battle right off the bat here in today's episode, and hopefully wipe out the Iranian faction. I believe this is their final army. They have no more settlements, so this should hopefully be the end of them. Now, how do I want to do this? It wouldn't be a bad idea to throw this army in first, because I plan on replacing the majority of this army anyways.
At your command.
So yeah, let's go ahead and do it like that. Let's send this army up, chase them off,
At your command.
restack, and get in there. This is taking them out of the fortified stance, so it actually might be better to attack with this army because it's got heavier infantry. Yeah, I'll go ahead and attack with this army, give this general the experience. Gotta fight it. I have to remember, I don't play this campaign very often anymore. Just been playing a lot of other games lately and not really recording too much. But I gotta remember that this campaign, one of my goals is to fight every battle. Ugh. Looks like a lot of uphill on this map. It's not a good sign, although it does mean cavalry charging their rear will be a downhill charge, so there's some good and some bad to fighting uphill. It's usually just bad, though. Since our reinforcing army is going to take a little bit to get organized, let's go ahead and just sit back a little bit and see if we can buy some time to get organized.
Take to the field. Why, those fools would do better preparing their own funeral pyres. We have the advantage. We have pressed forwards, and I would have not...
Our reinforcements have arrived.
Ready, men.
Let's go ahead and do some scouting with the horse. I was gonna say with the horse archers, but there's more than just horse archers over here. It wouldn't surprise me if the AI has like gone back to this corner or something. It seems like that happens fairly regularly. They'll run back to a corner of the map if they can. It's interesting that the first units onto the field only come in this far, and then everything else moves in ahead of them. Okay, if they're going to take a defensive position, I will just let my army get formed up. I'm going to go ahead and move this one. Not like that. Move this one out and around the side. Okay, I guess I can't... What is going on with the army controls here? Okay, well let's just go up to there for now. They have decided to charge. I guess that's fair. I've left just a couple of units for them. Okay, let's actually... Oh my goodness gracious. What is going on with the army controls here? Okay, let's just pull back to there. Get the reinforcing army up this direction. I assumed they were charging me, but now all of a sudden it looks like they're just reforming.
my lord. At the ready.
Okay, and none of these swordsmen matter that much, so I would like them to be first in the fight.
We are at your command. At speed.
Ready to march.
Royal cataphracts. You have our spears? Run! Curse! Orders! Quickly now!
Not really sure what the AI is doing. See, this army is letting me do group controls just fine. Or I guess not group controls, but moving the entire thing. Was it just because I was on fast forward or something? I'm not even going to bother harassing it with the horse archers. There's just really not much point, I don't think.
Cavalry!
I'm not too worried about being hyper efficient with this battle.
We await your orders! Riders!
I am expecting them to like actually come down and attack me at some point, though. Alright, well, whatever. Time to get in there.
Riders, move out! Orders, my lord! Forward!
Looks like they are finally moving to engage. Can't even see what's going on with these units. Go ahead and just let those guys pull back for now. And everyone else, hold your ground.
Royal cataphracts.
I should have my axes not firing at will so that they can get a little bit of bracing. Hopefully that'll help them out a little bit. It's time to get in there. I meant to charge those guys, but I wasn't paying enough attention. Whatever.
Our general is under attack.
Ready for battle! Spears!
Cavalry ready.
Keep bringing the cab
One
out
of our
and
units has used all
around.
its ammunition.
Ready.
Quickly now!
Awaiting orders.
Orders, my lord!
Might have to charge the cataphracts in on these guys.
Awaiting orders. Royal cataphracts. Ready to ride.
Amisos!
Ready. Ready your weapons.
Just give a mass charge order with the cavalry over there.
Ready, my
One of
lord.
our
The
units has used all
specifics
its
of what they
ammunition.
do aren't too important to me.
What are your orders?
Not getting a charge bonus with axe units is kind of bad, but whatever. We'll be alright.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, need to pull the general back out of that. I actually need more infantry on this side, I think. I swear I told this general to charge that unit of cav, but I guess they decided not
One
to.
of our units has used all its ammunition.
What are your orders? Hillman, we await
All of you guys keep rotating.
royal cataphracts. Hillman, my lord.
Let's try and use the light cav just to pin those guys down. Can't tell if I misclicked there or what I did
One of
wrong.
our units has
but
used all its ammunition.
whatever. Still got these guys all targeting the general. Am I giving orders and the game is just ignoring them? What's going on here?
Royal cataphracts.
Our aim is true! Find your targets!
Our order.
Let's go ahead and give some mass attack orders down here.
Royal cataphracts.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Gonna do a ton of friendly fire here, but whatever. I don't need to continue because they should all die anyway. Yeah, quite a lot of friendly fire, but that's okay. I've got plenty of time to replenish. Yeah, that battle felt like something wasn't quite working right. In my brain, I was giving orders to units and then finding out that they just didn't respond to the orders at all. So maybe I was misclicking somewhere, but I thought I was doing everything right.
Your next command, my lord.
Anyway. And there goes the Iranians. Let's go ahead and pull back. This army actually could just be entirely disbanded now. And that's kind of tempting because it would save me quite a bit of money. What, like 1,500 gold per turn? Nearly? That's a decent amount.
At your command. At your command.
Let's see, since I haven't looked at this for a little bit, I don't have any active wars at the moment. I was gearing up to take on Parthia next, if I remember correctly. But I think a few turns to let this area stabilize and hopefully finally hit my reforms so I can recruit my thorax swords. That would be nice. Okay, I don't want to merge that one out because they have such high veterancy.
My lord. Make haste, man.
We'll just go ahead and fortify here for the time being. Since I don't have any active wars, I may as well patrol and get a tiny bit of extra replenishment rate. Do I have any other armies that need to move? I don't think so.
Fight for you, my lord.
So that's just a holding force. Alright, so things look good there. I'm not taxing this region just to try and help balance out the public order. Palmyra is not being taxed, although now it probably could be. Yeah, we'll go ahead and tax Palmyra for a couple of turns. This settlement, absolutely not. There's just no reason to. Syria doesn't have any construction available. Alright, now what are we looking at here? So we've got 14 food and 14 public order. We're going to be dropping that public order. It's interesting that this doesn't reduce public order. I thought it would. Dropping that public order by 6 with the upgrade of this building. So yeah, we can afford to do this as well. We've got enough food and public order to handle it. If I take this off of bread and games and put it on tax harvesting, we will see how things look, because that'll be minus 12. Yeah, so we should still be at plus 2 public order. And it'll fluctuate with the seasons, but it'll be alright. Okay, so our provinces look fine. The royal family is good to go. This guy needs some influence so he can get married soon. Loyalty looks great. Alright. Let me just check my spies real quick, make sure they're doing something useful. You, what can you do? Is there no, like, stealing technology for the spies when they are in enemy territory? I thought that was a thing. But maybe that's just vanilla. Suppose it's just vanilla. Alright, well I don't really care about the rest of this then. Sure, do that. And do I want to take on Parthia or the Indians next? How do they feel about each other? They like each other. At least a little bit. It's going to be a difficult war to fight, though, just because of the nature of this geography out here. There's a lot of mountains that restrict movement, and then it opens up a lot. So I think the strategy would be to swing up through, so probably the more intelligent thing to do would be go after the Indians first. So maybe I should start rotating my armies down south.
Ready for orders.
That being said, this siege army is in position to deal with a walled settlement right off the bat. They've got a reinforcing army to help.
A man has many faces.
Do I have line of sight here? I feel like
As you command,
I did not.
swift and silent.
I felt like it was kind of in shadow. Alright, let's send this spy on down to check out what's going on over here. Although I do think I'm actively trading with the Indians at the moment, and I don't currently have anything going with the Parthians.
In time,
So maybe attacking the Parthians first would be better.
Fish and an
Anyway, let's go to the next turn. I don't think there's any other army movement that needs to happen right now.
We are a mighty people, well versed in the uses of wealth and
Don't
power.
really need that. I don't want to get involved with Greek wars right now. I'm trying to expand east. Well, that answers that question. I could break my alliance with these guys, but I think I would rather let's just get things started. Wow, we are really just getting things started. Alright, so Auto Resolve gives us a victory. They only have one unit of cav and a unit of chariots. Pretty much everything else is melee infantry. These couple might be like peltist units or skirmishers, but all of the rest of that is just melee infantry. What do I have to deal with it? Cavalry. I really don't have a lot of melee infantry, do I? I've got a decent amount, whatever. Let's deal with the Indian threat. I'm glad I didn't rotate my army south, because they are needed right here. I was also thinking about disbanding this unit of mercenary cav, and I'm glad I didn't do that. Alright, now let's see, what's going to be the best strategy to break these guys? Would it be better for me to charge out and surround them? Or would it be better for me to use choke points and wear them down? Four missile units, that chariot unit looks pretty intimidating with 60 chariots. I think it would be better to just bunker up in this case.
We await your orders.
So I'm going to sacrifice the garrison units first because they will not affect my ability to go campaigning if they die.
Ready to ride. At the ready. Archers! We await your orders. Archers!
Alright, now let's see here. Don't have a lot of room. I would like to set up back here just because it limits us down to 2 choke points, but there's not enough room for this many troops in that little tiny area. So I think I'm going to use this choke point initially. Go ahead and stick the archers on the flanks. Maybe? I don't know. We'll worry about the archers in a minute. First off,
What are your orders?
let's get these guys here.
We await your orders.
Go ahead and just stack them inside each other. It'll be alright. Oh, there's another unit.
Are yours.
Normally I wouldn't stack units like this, but they're such depleted garrison units that I don't really care at the moment. Go ahead and stick our anti-cav traps right in the front here. I'm going to try and leave these a little bit extra thick in front of my troops, just to hopefully get that double layer of slowing down the enemy. And then immediately behind it have some charge bonus negation. Now let's see, the spike pits I might not end up using. I've got archers, so I can hit the brimstone pits, but I can't really place them anywhere, so they're kind of useless. I don't think I want to use the barricades either.
Archers!
Alright, now let's see. I need a couple of good units to hold down this opening. But maybe the best way to do that is to sit back a little bit.
Trouble Our spears are yours.
Alright, so that should be a pretty rock-solid defensive formation. Shouldn't have to worry about that. I may end up putting some barricades back here, we will see. I'll keep the light spears over here just as a reserve option. I do definitely want my cavalry out in the field, of course. So I'm going to just start them off over here and they can get out in the field immediately. I'm actually going to tidy this up a bit and then use barricades to hold down the opening behind these guys.
Cavalry! Get the front! Knights! We are at your command! Knights horse! Ready to ride!
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use barricades to hold down this side. No? Can't put a barricade there? Maybe I should just stretch this one out a little bit more. Go ahead and just double layer it. Now that does leave this path open, so maybe I'll put the spike pits here. And hopefully I remember this and don't try and use this lane later on in the battle. Come on. You can get in there, I believe. There it is. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and use the spike pits there, just for the sake of doing something with it. I should actually bring at least one of these barricades over here, but I'm just going to leave that open and hope for the best. It's not a good plan, but whatever.
Swords!
Keep the swords back in reserve, keep the remaining spears back in reserve, ready to reinforce this point. And then put the slingers up on these little hills. Alright, who remains? Just the archers. We'll leave the archers on this side, I guess.
Our aim is true.
Now I'm hoping I can pull these spears back up to the front line, because that's where I anticipate needing
We
them.
await your orders.
I can't actually form a defensive line with these units because they're not the legionary spearmen. So whatever, you guys just hang out. Alright, and we're ready to go.
Heavy horse at your command.
One danger of sitting here is they could potentially shoot me in the side. I'm hoping the AI won't have that level of intelligence. Move the horse archers out to the edge here so I can quickly select them.
Are your orders?
Get the throwaway cav here.
Quickly now, my lord. For our orders.
Alright, now hopefully these guys just charge right into the stake traps. That's my hope here. If they decide not to, well, it looks like my slingers can make pretty short work of them. Okay, it looks like the caltrops didn't do nearly as much as I wanted them to. I need to start bringing the cav out and around so we can run down any broken units.
The enemy general is dead.
Okay, slingers hit their skirmish cav. don't want them doing much damage to us. I'm going to go ahead and back my infantry out of the way. Hopefully avoid a little bit of damage there. Actually, you guys get ready to just charge in on the side. Everyone else come out around. Okay, the slingers did not do what I wanted, but we've nearly dealt with that unit, so it'll be okay. I almost don't want to go hunt down that chariot general, just because if I do, they'll just instantly get another one. Alright, slingers, do your thing. Yeah, they're hitting me in the back here, that's a problem. But we're starting to chase them off. Let the archers just shoot whatever they want, doesn't matter. This unit of slingers is not doing anything, so I'll just pull them over to here and have them go to town. Okay, we're getting ready for charging out on this side. Front line should hold long enough up here. Either way, I think it's time to get the secondary units in position. Make sure the general doesn't get run down.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Make sure these guys don't just run into a unit of spears for no reason. Okay, as long as all my missile units are firing, that's good enough for me. Horse archers, hit those light troops. Swords and spears, let's get out there. You guys just hang out for now.
The men are wavering.
I'm actually getting shot, that's not good. Who's wavering? Okay, that's the garrison. Don't care if they waver. I need to wrap this flank up quickly because my other flank is starting to have a little bit of trouble and I don't have many reserves. Let's try and get the cap in there and deal with these dang missile troops. Okay, these medium missile troops are not breaking as quickly as I would have liked. That's okay though. Okay, we got a rear charge in here. It's not making too much difference just yet, but it's at least doing something. Got the missile unit to break. Let's maybe just pull out, cycle back in. Okay, bring all of the cavalry back out this direction and let the infantry handle this. Guys are starting to go down on the front line, but they'll hold.
Our men flee the field of battle. Our
It's just the front line wavering. Knew I shouldn't have done that, but whatever. General's a big boy, he can take some casualties. Okay, swords, let's get in there. Horse archers, keep hitting this blob.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Okay, slingers, line up back here, hit whatever you can. You guys start chasing stuff down.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
It's okay if these guys rout. I don't know why they routed. They're not even under fire or anything. That's a little weird. Horse archers are out of ammo, so we'll try and squeeze them through this gap.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
That's the front line collapsing. Not a big deal. Got this side surrounded. Those guys can just hold their formation. Now, we've got to be a little bit careful here because there are still the cav traps. So I got to keep an eye on my calves' health, make sure they're not getting wiped out.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Okay, time to attack. It looks like they all kind of turned around and started fighting my cavalry, so time to throw bodies in. Don't want to pull the cavalry out just yet, because the cav traps will kill me, but I don't want to take the casualties from pulling out of an engagement. However, we're at the point where it just needs to happen. Okay, get my good cav units out of the way of this unit of spears. Try and have the slingers target them. Can't quite see where the caltrops are. Absolutely going to run down as much of this as we can. Looks like the infantry blob over here has done their thing. Just trying to make sure none of my horses get killed on cav traps still. Right, pretty successful battle. Plenty of time to chase down the rest of this unit. And our main army took hardly any casualties. The garrison got basically completely wiped out, but that's fine. Yep. Most of those casualties were just the garrison, so that's okay. I should have paid attention to which of my legionary spearmen were on that left flank. I think it must have been these two units. And if that's the case, they did pretty well for themselves on kills. They must have gotten a lot of the routing units though, because when they're in that defensive stance, units do not kill a lot of enemies. Normally I wouldn't even use that defensive stance, but I needed those guys to hold out for a while. And looking at the health of the enemy units, it looks like we pretty much wiped out the entire army. So they should be easy to chase down when it's my turn again. I've just gotta hope they don't go attacking me somewhere else. Yep, they got away with 3 units. I'm surprised that... Oh, it's because the general himself died that whole unit got wiped. Yeah, my garrison got basically wiped out, but it doesn't matter at all. Now, do I make friends with my friends, or do I make friends with my enemies? Yep, so that army's been decimated. They didn't have anyone else ready to attack immediately. I'm glad I didn't disband that other army down in the south, because it means I have another throwaway force that I can use. Alright, now let's see, how does our front line look? That has brought us into the war with Parsa, which is bad because they have 2 armies kind of in the middle of my lines here. Let's set a war coordination target on this army. And hopefully my guys will go out and attack them.
Ready for battle. At your command. My lord.
Yes, we got 2 full-strength armies ready to go down here in the south. 2 armies that are
Ready for orders.
reasonably ready to go up here in the north.
Ready for orders.
Got opportunities to immediately expand. Things are actually looking pretty good if I can wipe these 2 armies out quickly. Especially if my ally can go take this one on. I doubt it, because these are probably really bad units. But if my ally can take that army on and I can just completely ignore it, that will let me hopefully steamroll down into this area a little bit. I could swear I had another army. I'm going to wrap up the episode here in just a moment, but I want to check out just a couple of things first and get another army started, because they've got 4 armies down here, I've got 2. Can't rely on allies to be useful, so I will definitely need more armies down there.
We fight for you, my lord. My lord.
One of my options is to rotate either of these armies down south to help out, so I'll probably do that. I'll probably send these guys in to capture Hekatompelos, and then send this army down to replenish and help with the fight in the south. But either way, I've got enough money I've got enough income per turn to afford another army. I've got enough money in the bank to recruit another army. So let's get that started right now. That's probably going to be my best population base to recruit from. Got lots of second-class citizens here. We'll go ahead and recruit from the capital, though. And boy, time for you to be a general. Send you off to get some influence. And then gear you up for war. Extra armor for all units would be fine. Weapon damage for the commander wouldn't be bad. Normally I would never go with the negative growth option, but I'm gonna go for it right now. Eastern factions. What counts as an Eastern faction? Do the Indians count as an Eastern faction? Alright, and what's this guy's name? Samos? Samos? Alright, now what do I need to beat the Indians and Parsa? I believe Parsa goes with a lot of cavalry. That seems to be accurate. Lots of cavalry. So Parsa is a lot of cavalry and spears. India is a lot of melee infantry and chariots. So to beat cavalry and spears, what I should get... What I would actually like to get is some artillery, the Scorpion, so I may need to bring this guy down here to pick up a Scorpion next turn. Pikes would be good to deal with the melee infantry, but it would not be good to deal with the cavalry because they just have so many arrows. And I just don't have access to my good units yet, so maybe I just recruit another crap stack and just throw numbers at them. Well, either way, I'm going to want some cataphracts. And always some horse archers. I'm going to be picking up, if I'm going to have artillery, I'm going to need lots of infantry to protect it. So I think instead of going with a cav heavy army, I'm going to go for a balance between infantry, missiles, and artillery. So I'm going to get 2 artillery pieces. And normally I wouldn't recruit all of my army in one turn either, but whatever. You know what? Why don't I just get a couple of units of pikes? Let's grab 4 pikes and then a couple of legionary spearmen to hold their flanks. Still have 3 more units to get. Let's get another slinger, 5th unit of pikes, and another unit of horse archers. Now, that's pretty much all my money gone, and that is going to eat through my passive income, but whatever. Anyway, I'm going to end the episode here. Hope you guys are enjoying. Sorry it's been a little bit, but, you know, I just play the game when I'm in the mood to play the game. So, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.